I'm David Fleming from Disciples Ignited, a ministry that's focused on Jesus, advancing his kingdom and preparing his disciples. Now, today on Bible Treasures, we're going to continue studying and memorizing Matthew chapter 11, verses 28 through 30. So let's get started by reading the whole passage on the next slide. Come to me, all you who are weary and burdened, and I will give you rest. Take my yoke upon you and learn from me. For I am gentle and humble in heart, and you will find rest for your souls. For my yoke is easy and my burden is light. Now today we're going to start memorizing verse 29. Take my yoke upon you and learn from me, for I am gentle and humble in heart. Now let's take those two parts and put them together and see if we can say the whole thing. Come to me, all you who are weary and burdened, and I will give you rest. Take my yoke upon you and learn from me, for I am gentle and humble in heart. Very good. Now, what we want to do now is start dissecting this, because this really has so much powerful truth to teach us. It's very interesting that Jesus is telling us that he wants to give us rest. But the way that he does it is not at all what we would expect. I mean, Jesus is telling us that if we come to him, he's going to give us rest. But what does he do? He tells us to put a yoke on. Well, how's that going to give us rest? Let me explain. In Jesus's day, a yoke was an instrument made from bent wood that was placed around the necks of animals or persons to help them, and especially in agriculture, to help them pull carts that were loaded down with food, whatever. So a yoke was used in labor. Now, how is that supposed to give us rest? The key is this: understanding that it is the Lord's yoke and that Jesus is telling us to come and be yoked to him. Praise God. So the key is this: you're not just going to be yoked to a burden yourself, but Jesus is inviting you to become yoked to him, and he's going to help you carry your burden. What a powerful truth. So he wants to help us. That's where the rest comes in. The rest is not going to be seen if all you do is focus in on the yoke. No, the rest is going to come as you focus your attention on Jesus. And he's going to help you with all these burdens, all these cares, all these things that weight you down. He's going to help you deal with them, and he's going to help you get rid of some of them, but he is going to give you victory through it all. It's all because you're yoked to Jesus, and he's going to help you through victoriously. And beyond that, that puts you in a close proximity with Jesus. I mean, you're yoked to him side by side. You're in a close relationship with him, and he wants you to learn from him. He's going to begin to teach you, and Jesus is an excellent teacher. He's very patient. He's very gentle, very humble. And so if you want to learn from the best, get yoked to Jesus, and he will begin to teach you lessons of life that will transform you. The key is this: come to Jesus and put on his yoke. You're going to be closer to Jesus than you ever thought possible. Now, before we go today, I want us to go over what we've memorized so far. Come to me, all you who are weary and burdened, and I will give you rest. Take my yoke upon you and learn from me, for I am gentle and humble in heart. Great. Now, so far we've learned that the key to living in the rest of Jesus is come to Jesus, get yoked to Jesus, and start learning from Jesus. And I tell you what, if you do that, you are on the path to living victoriously with rest. But there's so much more to learn. So join me tomorrow, and we're going to learn some more from this passage and memorize some more of it. So I'll see you then.